Now we go to the other end of wood energy chain. How to manage with ashes. And I think the better and very good traditions and knowledge is not far from Estonia. And I think in Sweden there are maybe the best knowledge about that. And please, Hans, tell us how things in Sweden.
Yeah, I could start. I'm Hans Gullikson, working for the Energy Agency in southeast Sweden, and we are covering 3 counties in southeast of Sweden. And we are not very far from the Baltic countries. I think it's 150 or 200 kilometers, but we have the Baltic Sea in between that makes it a little bit more difficult. The situation in our regions is very special regarding biomass, because the share of biomass in the 3 counties goes from 35 up to 47%, I think it is, of total energy, also including electricity and transport sector. So of course, biomass is a big share, and I'd say sometimes that, like many say, they are heavily dependent on coal and fossil gas, but we are heavily dependent on biomass. So that is the situation for us. But this don't come so easily. It is a work, and it is a step-by-step work to do this. And in every choice you make, if you go towards renewables, and in our case mainly biomass, that is possible to change the system. All the regions have decided to be fossil fuel free in 2030 or 2040, and I think it is not just optimism, it is possible as well, because it's growing all the time. Okay, this is how to recover ashes. As Martin said, this should be looked at as a resource instead of a problem. If you have this thinking, it could be possible. It's not for free economically, but in the long run it's correct. I'm not, to say, a deep specialist in ash handling, but I know at least enough. And I have, most of the pictures are coming from the Linnaeus University that is doing quite a lot of research in this sector. And also from the Swedish National Forestry, I don't know, yeah, not association, but agency, yeah, probably. As you see in Sweden, the spruce is the main forest. So this is but we have also beach in the south part of Sweden. You could see this is used. This is typical machine for spreading ashes, and there is a company, quite small company with 10 or something like that employed, dealing with this in our region. They are very good, and I would say if they're like in here in Estonia, I think they could be interested to come here and do some real job if you are interested. They are called Askungen, and Askungen in Swedish is aska is the word ash, and Kungen is a small girl, and that is Cinderella in Swedish. So you should know that. Yes. This is a recycling thinking that is needed. You have you spread the nutrients. You have the ashes to spread the nutrients. The trees are growing a little bit better and faster and are bigger. You harvest them in first thinning, second thinning, and rear cut. The circle in Sweden is about 50 years in South Sweden, 40 to 60 years in South Sweden, and 80 to 100 years in northern parts. So there is a circle that you could see that is a reality. And also you could say, I could get those pictures here. Yeah. One thing you have to think of that is the quality of the ashes. And if you also spread it back to the forest where it comes from, it's no problems at all. But it could be problems with the trace minerals if they are too high. That could be the main problem. And also you could say that it could be sometimes a little bit too much nitrogen, but that is not the real problem. How you handle the ashes normally when you got them, it is normally in big plants when you have inside bed, it is just the flow ash that you can use. Because the other ones has too much content of sand and so on. So it's not possible. But also another thing to think of is that you have to have a lower rate than 10% of unburned coal. Otherwise it's too difficult to produce it. It should be, if it's gray, it's perfect. It's black, it could be perfect, but not so easy. And then the normal way to handle it is to handle it like you put it in a pile, you add some dolomite or chalk, and you put water on it. And you have it stay there for a couple of months, and then you crush it. That is the traditional way. I will show another type later on, but this is the normal way. And the pieces are something like this. Yeah. And that is, the reason for that is that you normally spread them on a couple of years after the clear cut, and that the fertilizer is good enough for the first years from the needles and from the small branches that is still there. So you need it 5, 10, 15 years afterwards is the best time if it should be, yeah, for the nutrition. Yes. If you do this recycle, you bring the nutrition to the forest. And it is, of course, in the long run, needed. It is not possible to do like we do today with clear cut and harvest everything and then replant. It's mandatory to replant in Sweden. And it is a very good thing, I think. But you could do it in 1 or 2 or 3 circles, but in the long run you could not do it. Then the nutrition will be too low. As I mentioned, there is in our region of the ashes that is falling coming from the forest, about 50% is possible to recycle. Because we have very many big plants with the fruit side bed where the big share is not possible, but the fly ashes is always possible. There is 2 different shares of it. This is the way very much of the forest is handled, to pile it in stock areas. And this is linked, of course, to the harbor, the harbor in Calais. And I guess some of this is from Estonia, imported to